At this time, under line item 5, has anyone else got anything to say at this time?
Yeah, there's nothing in relation to that.
Yeah, Commissioner. Matter of Commissioners Committee. Yes, sir, Mr. Wood.
On Highway 41, from White Lake to in the Harrell direction, they have resurfaced that road, and they painted the white lines on the side, they painted the yellow lines in the middle. Then they came and took a cutter and put rumble strips over top of the lines. At night, you cannot see the white and yellow lines.
I'll contact you, too.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Yes, sir, Mr. Allen.
Got some information from the Mid-Carolina Council of Governments last week, and the roundabout, I thought it was gonna be completed in June, but now they moved it to December 24th, which is Christmas Eve, so I guess everybody can run out for Christmas and run around the roundabout.
Mr. Cogdell.
The only thing I got is, I spoke with Mr. Martin about it. And I'm trying to figure out with our governing policies, do it address some things I'm just wondering, do we address it in our commission policy with how we handle certain matters in reference to, issues that come before the board, the process that they go through. Do they flow through a chain, or I'm not clear on the process of how information flows into the board. And I was just trying to see if I could, whether he could give us some clarity at the next meeting on the chain of how things go when matters come to the commissioners. How does it flow? That flow of information, does it flow from him to the chairman, or the chairman to us? How does the information flow? Because some of it is flowing to me, and I'm just trying to figure out the timing of how it comes to me. I have a concern with it's when it's things that make it work with me, that we don't have it. I know we try and get the agenda put out in advance, and I know certain things come in at the last minute, and you try and put them on there, but I'm trying to figure out if certain things are not pressing in that flow of us being notified about issues that we have to come to this board and deal with when we walk into the commission meeting. I'm just looking at the time frame. That's all. That's my own concern. How does that flow? Do we need to put some kind of time frame on when the issues can be brought? A week before, 2 days before, a minute before, emergency? I just got a problem with the way information is flowing to me. That's my concern, is how it's coming into this body.
Has it been a change, Mr. Martin? You want to address that?
No, sir. No, sir, there hasn't been a change. My suggestion would be that that may be a good topic for discussion at our planning session next week on the 12th.
Yeah, we need to review that, because this, to me, I'm dealing with things that we be all busy, and we be all tied up and doing things, all have things to do. And then all of a sudden you look at your agenda and there's things on there that grab your attention that you just been made aware of, and you got to get prepared to come to a meeting. And the time frame of it, just to me, this seems to be a little bit inappropriate. That's my concern.
But you get your agenda like on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I understand.
Monday.
But when you get some of these things, you know, we got things to do. Can you contact or make the effort to get with Mr. Martin if he's doing something, like you trying to get it, and I got things to do, and I can't just adjust my schedule and try and get something for a minute. And that's what I'm saying. If it's an emergency situation, so be it. If it's not an emergency, why is it given to us, not in a timely manner? That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's all I'm thinking. Just give it to me in a timely manner where I can have time to address it. That's the only thing I'm concerned.
Mr. Peters?
I don't have a problem, Greg, reviewing that, but when I get something on this agenda that I don't know what it is, I get on the I get on the phone and I call and I find out what it is.
Okay. But what I'm saying is,
I don't have a problem, Greg, doing that, but I'm telling you, that's the way I operate.
I do the same thing, I try and find out, but sometimes the time frame of it is kind of difficult for you to do what's necessary to address that issue. You know, you have, some things that require you contact.
Well, I agree with that, just like our last meeting, the agenda was there, and a few minutes right before closed session, you wanted to have something closed session. None of us knew anything about it when we went to closed session.
I was saying, but see, but that's a closed session matter that's supposed to be in closed session. But the only thing I'm saying is this, when you're dealing with issues that's out here for public view and you don't have to deal with it, is it given to us in a timely manner? That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm not complaining about issues coming. We need to take care of issues, but I would like to just have it to be given to me in a timely manner, where I have time to look at it, to review it, if I need to contact people, because we have constituents we have to deal with. And some of these things are about constituents. And we have to make sure they have an understanding that we are dealing with things in that manner.
Anybody else?
I do. I was talking to some, folks in Columbus County, and you know DOT is, moved forward with contracts, appraisal, and all the work done to span part of 87. And when I talked to DOT, or the state of that, and my point to him was, when will Bladen County, portion of 87 will be at least 4 lane? He doesn't have the answer. And it's almost like we're quiet and they don't care. What can we do as commissioners to get information, now you saw all the folks in the Superior Court, they need to send letters calling someone so that we can get this highway.
Well, actually, we did this year before last, we got a letter back from it in reference to that, and Mr. Mark can tag on to that in a few minutes. But I do have to sympathize with what you're saying, and we got confirmation, and it gave a year that it was to be finished. Now, what's confusing to me is when we had the speaker, at the, annual chamber meeting, it was alarming to me when I sat there and heard when the time frame was on that particular case. But at the same time, and they said, we've got the money, and it's been allocated, but, that's in the cycle when it can be done. But to me, I'm sort of like you, if you got the money and it's been allocated, and they're concerned about spending down money, then get you some more people and jump on and finish it. That's easy for me to say it, but I don't know what they're up against with Mr. Martin.
I was just gonna say, the timeline for the full project is quite lengthy, well into the late 2020s. For the, it's divided into 3 sections, just to remind you all, I know you've heard this before. From Highway 74 to, just on this side of Regalwood, maybe Highway 11 is the first phase, and that's the phase that I think you're probably referring to. The second phase is from there to Carver's Creek, and then the third phase is from Carver's Creek into Elizabethtown. And so, as I indicated, it's a lengthy time frame for the full completion of the project. It's well into the out years. So, we can certainly write a letter. We've been on that issue, as you all know, diligently for many years.
Last time, I don't know if it's last time, one time the DOT was here, he was telling us it's been pushed back, there ain't no money set aside for it.
Well, it has been totally removed from the TIP
Right,
for a
and
number
it's
of
been
years.
set back because they were spending all the money up there around Raleigh and Durham, or the congested areas where, and I told them, well, Bladen County won't never be congested if you don't spend some money down here.
Exactly. Now, you notice in New Hampshire County, that large bar, Duke Energy moved its lines and let that large, ship come in with those containers. We're not benefiting from it. They're going the other way. Until we get a highway, a double lane, from New Hampshire County through Bladen, we'll always be depressed, depressed county.
It's just depressing that they shift. Yes, sir.
Last meeting I was in at Federal, the startup date from 11 to 74, 76, the 4-lane 87 is set in 2027. And they appropriated $48 million in 2027, $48 million probably won't do 3 miles.
They're doing, the line from Bladen County, Bladen Columbus County line first, going to Wayman, Bridge. They're coming from Bladen County line to 11.
In
And
Columbus
right
County.
past, yes,
In Columbus County.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
was, they said
they
they were
started
doing that,
next to six
they were doing that because of the roundabout, and they thought the roundabout would help push up the total 4 lane of 87.
Yeah, the
What
price
they
is
told
up
us.
now. They're doing the price is
Roundabout
up.
from 41.
Roundabout 11.
And they got it situated there.
Mhm.
They were hoping to get that roundabout done, and that would
And that's
push
what-
up the efforts to 4 lane 87, once that roundabout was complete.
So right now,
That's
they
where
got,
that family, the lady and her daughter got killed.
they got it the 4-way now, there's a 4-way stop sign there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a roundabout.
John,
Yeah, they were
Commissioner,
gonna put a.
regarding the roundabout, is that 4 lane from E-Town all the way?
No, that was, they told us sitting right in here, I think, that they were hoping to do the roundabout at Highway 11, and then that would bring the more money down here to finish 4 lane of 87. They had to get the roundabout, and they thought that would help.
Okay.
That's what they said now. But
And they're doing the appraisal.
They keep pushing it back.
Okay. Let's go to line item 6, Sheriff.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I'm here tonight to ask for a position, a maintenance position, no money. The money is allotted from the federal inmate program. And in doing so, we will take care of all the maintenance at the law enforcement center. That I don't feel like we have time to do it with the people we have hired. There's so much to do out there. And also, we would, assist with keeping and maintaining the training center with the old prison out here. And the reason I have Ms. Ann with me, we have worked very close in, trying to obtain this position. And, she's trying, if she'll speak to that.
Good afternoon, Sheriff and Commissioners. As you're aware, we are working to get off the reentry council here in Bladen County, which is a program to assist individuals who have criminal backgrounds to try and get them to be productive citizens and work. We have partnered with the Sheriff Department, with the WIOA program, which is a program that y'all are familiar with, utilize WIOA with the Department of Social Services as well as the tax office to place individuals there. But with this program, it's going to allow us to be able to use federal funds to assist individuals with getting trained where there might be some barriers. And the sheriff is willing to give an opportunity for someone to be able to get some additional skills that when they come back into society, that they will not have the barrier of trying to find a job. We've already worked it out through partnership, and we have partnered with the Department of Social Services, we've partnered with Bladen Crisis, we've partnered with several industries to make this happen, and we're just excited about the opportunity that the sheriff has presented to us, that we can try and place this individual. And we have other individuals that hopefully will be coming back before you to try and place some
Motion to
We
approve.
got
We got a motion from Mr. Peterson, a second from Mr. Dowles. Any further discussion?
I got one. How long is this program set up to be operative? Is it for 1
We
year,
can-
2 years? How long?
We can provide through the WIOA up to, I'll say safely 1,000 hours of employment. It depends on, we have to look at the resume, the job description, and where we see a skills gap, that's where we work with them to have the training program to train the individual where there's a gap. So we can go up to a little more than 1,000 hours.
Any further discussion?
Young man. So when they finish this program, they now, the funds, if they stay with that program or stay with that company, they hire them and they continue.
Correct.
That's nice.
You can either do one or two, and we will have a screening session tomorrow for the individual. There is a program where we would pay all of the funds, and then there's a program where we will pay part of the salary. We reimburse the county as we've done with the Department of Social Services positions and the tax position.
Yes, sir.
Did you say this was part of the reentry program?
I'm wearing 3 hats tonight. Yes, sir. The program that we've been having our meetings over at the sheriff department, that's how it came about. I'm always looking for employers that are willing to give individuals a second chance, and I just happened to say it to the right person. And let me just clarify, when you're looking at this, we also consider the level of the crime, whether it's a misdemeanor or felony, and the individual that we're working with, it is a misdemeanor, so we're able to tap into a great opportunity.
So you're looking forward to getting additional hours as well,
Yes.
over and above the 1,000?
No, we can't go above that,
I mean,
as far as
once
what we
the
need to
once the
train.
1,000 has been used,
Yeah,
another 1,000.
once the 1,000 is used, the individual then should be skilled enough that they would be able to move forward following whatever plan, like if y'all have a probationary period, any training plan that the county would normally use.
On that, I heard you say misdemeanor, and the issue that I've been running into is trying to get the expungement price thing going, and I got that started with a DA John Davis. And he's doing the expungement, and I'm trying to figure out the biggest concern we have with the felons.
That's correct.
And I'm saying, are you going to address the needs for felons, because they're the one that's in the biggest struggle?
I can address it, but that would be a separate topic, but if y'all give me just a moment, I can, but if not. One, just for clarity, the expungement clinic just gives the individual the information. It does not provide them the opportunity to have their record expunged. When you're looking at expungement, there are some crimes that the expungement policy will not work for. So, send them to my office and I'll help them, so we won't tie you up.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you all.
Members of the board, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Revenue Department, Mr. Ned Davis.
Good evening.
Good evening.
As you can have in your packet, there's a summary levy uncollected report for 2019 taxes. They are now, a lien on the property, and I'm just asking if we can consider to, advertise in the Bladen Journal if not paid in full before March 20 of 2020.
Motion, Peters, second by Mr. Tribbett. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you.
Hold on, B.
Come back.
Got one more.
Be the same thing?
Well, A is to
Establishing a
receive the
deadline.
report.
Yeah, I say just going on, you said it.
I'm sorry, okay, so A is to receive the report,
Right.
Right.
and that's just for your information to receive it.
Well, listen,
That's item
it's
B.
listed as that, if you want to
Right.
formally receive it, you can take action.
I'm in the motion to set the A and B.
And we
Got a motion amended by Mr. Peters, second by Mr. Gooden. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Sorry.
Advisory Board appointments to consideration of your February 17th, 2020 meeting, Economic Development Commission 1. B, Bladen County Nursing Home Advisory Committee, 2 of them. Bladen County JCPC Advisory Board appointments. Number 9 of us board appointments for consideration of the March 23rd, 2020 meeting. Keep Bladen beautiful. 1. Individual delegations wish to address the commissioners. Matter of interest to commissioners, I'd like to say one thing. I think we're to congratulate Mr. Russell Priest that they're naming the baseball field after him after 100 years of coaching out there. But we're happy for you, and I think that was a good gesture for that. Didn't want that not to be recognized. Yes, sir.
Could I ask one person before, at my interest here, on the Economic Development Commission, I'm gonna ask Todd, I know he's been here quite a bit. Is that membership dealing with geographic situation or just anybody?
Anybody?
There's no geographic.
Right.
Is that right?
Within the county.
Don't be within the county, okay.
Mr. Mark?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to
I'll just say one thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
I just like to say, I hope we are encouraging the citizens to complete that census report. It's very valuable that we get that done because of revenue that's coming into the county. So all of you out there in the audience can make sure you encourage your family members to complete that census request because it's very important for revenue here. And we're scheduled to lose, is it 2,000?
That's what
2,000
projection
I
is.
haven't figured out what that entails for over 10 years as far as the amount of money that we'll be losing.
Large sum.
It's a large sum, so we need to make sure that we encourage everyone.
And to add to what Mr. Bullock said is, I don't know how many people have come in my store representing them, looking for employees to work and pay them a good wage. So
Yeah.
people that need work, there's an opportunity there.
And there was a mobile unit at the NC Works today for part-time
Just share
jobs.
that with people that's looking for work.
But it's plus you can go online on the census website and apply for jobs, part-time jobs.
Okay, Mr. Martin.
Thank you. Just wanted to briefly review the calendar with you for the months of February and March. And tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., the Ministerial Association meets at the hospital. On Thursday the 6th at 12 p.m., the JCPC meeting will be held at the Powell Melvin Building. On Monday the 10th at 5 p.m., the Health and Human Services Advisory Committee meets. On Tuesday the 11th at 12 noon, the Chamber Luncheon will be held at the Farmers Market here in Elizabethtown. At 2 p.m., the Bladen County Substance Abuse Task Force meeting will be held. At 8 a.m. on Wednesday the 12th, the special planning session will be held at the airport. And that evening at 5:30, there's a diabetes forum at Baldwin Branch Church. The board meets at 6:30 p.m. on Monday the 17th. And the NACO Legislative Conference begins on the 29th. Moving over to March, the NACO Conference continues. There's a prayer service here on Monday morning, the 2nd at 8 a.m. The ministerial meeting will be held on the 3rd at 8:30 a.m. The JCPC meeting will be held on the 5th. The Health and Human Services Advisory Committee meets on the 9th. The Board of Commissioners meets that night. That's the second Monday that month instead of the first. The chamber meeting and the opioid meeting will be held on Tuesday the 10th at 12 noon and 2 p.m. respectively. The diabetes forum will be held on the 11th at 5:30 p.m. And on Monday the 23rd at 5 p.m. there's a special meeting here regarding the budget, and the board has a regular scheduled meeting at 6:30 p.m.
We just got one day for planning.
Right now, if I'm not mistaken, the consensus of the board was we'd have that one, and then if we need to schedule others, we'd have that one. That's what I was doing. Yes, sir, on 12. 8 a.m. Moving on to item B, if there's no other questions about the calendar. The commissioners have received a request from Mr. Gary Rhoda and citizens of the Bladen County and Elizabethtown community requesting the approval of the newly constructed bridge that's located on Martin Luther King Drive to be named in honor of Mr. James C. Batchelor, and I guess in memory as well. Mr. Batchelor was a servant in this community and loved and worked hard to help many citizens. This is one step in a process of many steps, and they would appreciate the board's assistance in this matter.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
what are our guidelines on doing this? Do we have any guidelines as how?
Well, this is, well,
Go ahead, go ahead.
well, this is a state structure, and DOT is requesting in this particular case that the Board of County Commissioners and the Town Council members unanimously support this and submit that to DOT. The Board of Transportation makes the ultimate decision. There is, Mr. Chairman, just for full information, there is a $2,000 fee associated with this, and Mr. Ken Clark has shared that information with Mr. Rhoda, and I spoke with Mr. Rhoda, and he indicated that they'll raise them up. They understand that and will be responsible for that.
Motion to approve naming of the bridge.
Second. I got a motion.
Got a motion to approve the resolution.
Got a motion, Mr. Peterson, on the resolution. Got a second, Mr. Trigger. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I just have one, I'm missing part of the resolution. Someone called me, and I don't live in Elizabethtown, And two people, one person asked me why I didn't name the bridge about Mr. Essex Williams. And, somebody told me about it, said, well, the next person who called me said, well, did you think, could we not do it to Mr. Lucas? I don't know Mr. Lucas, but I think he's the veteran that they honored, I think. So, so is it a person, or do we have to, I mean, so we don't, it doesn't matter, anybody can just do it?
Well,
Individuals can?
whomever initiates it, I
So
guess.
that's what they have to
or
do, same
approach-
thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll let them know.
And also, I received some calls for Ernest Batecoat to be named the bridge.
I've heard that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just same thing. I'll let them, just,
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Thank you.
Thank you. Item C is, and this is an annual process, but each year the board is requested to review and approve the fiscal year budget for Bladen Community College. This is the 1920 budget, and as you can see, it includes the full state appropriation as well as the county budget and institutional funds.
I'm missing something. Say it again?
This is the full budget for Bladen Community College. It includes the state funds, county
Oh, you don't
funds.
have it. You should have it.
No, you should have, you don't have it?
Mr. Peters.
Should be in your
Mr.
agenda
Martin.
information. Yes, sir.
So what does this mean? I understand the review approved, but we didn't even have a chance to look at it and talk about it as a board.
Well, no, I mean, this is the, let me clarify.
No, this is not. that.
This is the state, they just received their state budget.
So this is
And this
only
came from
state dollars.
All you're really, I mean, all you would have any influence over is the county appropriation, and that's what the county appropriation is for this year.
We don't have.
Well,
I haven't
we need to do our budget workshop before we approve the budget.
No, this is for this current year, 2019, 20.
last
This
year.
current- Yes, sir, we're well over
Motion
halfway.
approved.
Got a motion by Mr. Peters, we got a second by Mr. Tribbett.
It's last year's budget.
Any further discussion? Yeah, we will.
Thank you.
It's in the it's an attachment with your agenda information.
You mean your mail in the, online?
It's online, yes.
Yeah, hold on, got it.
Yeah,
It's last year's budget.
So last year.
okay, okay.
Okay.
The current year.
All right, thank you.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further correspondence?
Let's go,
I got
Brett.
Mr. Peterson got an adjournment. Got a second from Mr. Tribbett. All in favor say aye. Find yourself adjourned.